So we'll start with the classic Jerome Robbins bicycle jump from West Side Story. For this move, I tell them to pretend they're holding a jump rope. Or you can get some jump ropes. It's up to you. But imaginary is fine. They usually can figure it out. Hold an imaginary jump rope and pretend that they're swinging the rope around and they need to skip over the jump rope one leg at a time. And they need to lift their right knee up and then switch and lift their left knee up with their feet flexed and step down. So it'll go like this. They're jump roping, right? Sometimes when I've tried to teach this move without some kind of imagery, I get all kinds of funny postures during learning this step. And the idea is when you do that classic Jerome Robbins move, and also if they have to sing at the same time, we need to be able to keep our body upright and pulled up, right? So if they're holding a jump rope, you can really emphasize the idea of standing up tall and lifting your knees as high as possible. So you do that. Sometimes when I do it without the rope, I get this stuff and be really heavy. So again, let me really help you understand that when you use the imagery of a jump rope, you're helping them pull up and keep their body tall. You're also emphasizing that they need to land as soft as possible and bend their knees when they land, and also the idea of alternating one leg to the next leg. So that's how I teach the Jerome Robbins bicycle jump. You hold the jump rope and you have them swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and give it a count. Sometimes you have actors, singers who are great musicians and they need a count, and they do better with that. Then you'll have those actors, singers are really good at just watching. So what you're doing is you're helping all the different kinds of learners in your class, and that's the main goal, is to be able to help everybody. So you have to use about 3 or 4 different methods in order to come across and help them really understand how to do the step and deliver it perfectly. Here's the triplet. This move's really great when they use when you have singers who have to dance at the same time, and it's a small move where they can travel to one place to the other. I usually do this move across the floor, and this is how I do it. Sometimes I'll put like a line, like a piece of tape on the floor that goes across. And again, you're giving them visuals, a point, because the idea behind a triplet, which goes like this, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The idea is to try to teach them to keep their feet as tight as possible and as small as possible and keep upright. And when you put a line on the ground, it gives them that visual, and then you don't have your kids taking these big steps, because that's what would happen. I'd have kids doing steps where they're going up, up, down, down. And if you have a line there, it really keeps them to narrow it down and stay on that line and minimizes any improper movement as possible, and you can really help them refine that move. So this is how I teach the triplet. I tell them they're going to keep their heels off the ground. You want to pick your pants up so you can see your feet. Pick the heels off the ground, right? And I go, right? You're going to pick up your heels. Then I say, put your heels back down. Good. Now you're going to take a step with your right foot up. Then you're going to meet your left foot next to your right foot together in parallel first. Then you take your right foot and you put it down and you bend both knees, keeping both feet and knees facing parallel forward. Then you take your left foot, pick it up, step it forward. Let your right foot meet the left foot. Then put your left foot small, very small space between the other foot down and bend the knees, keeping that back heel back. You want to keep the back heel back, and you want to emphasize that, right? So when we do it, it goes right, left, right. See my back foot, the heel's up. I'm bending my front leg. It's parallel facing forward. Then you pick the left foot up, then the right foot meets. Then the left foot goes down, and your right heel is up. Up, up, down, up, down. And it's okay to let them exaggerate the plie for the down, so they really get the idea of, okay, I'm up and now I'm down. And also, it's okay at first to let them take big movements for up, down, down, so they can get used to transferring the weight from one foot to the next, which is always my biggest challenge with non-dancers is helping them get comfortable with weight changes. So that is how I teach the triplet. So this is how I teach an ensemble jump. This is good because it's a great traveling move from going one place to the next and a transition move into the next move. So here's how I do the ensemble jump. This is how I teach it. I tell them to put their right foot behind them, keep their heel back, up, right? Then I tell them, I give them an imagery. Pretend you're on a soccer field. You have this rough grass on the ground. You've got a soccer ball on the floor, on that ground. Then I tell them to take the ball, to feel the ball of their foot, the whole ball, all 5 toes and the ball where the big toe is, and just kind of grind it, feel where it is. Then I tell them to take the ball of their foot and slide it through the grass, slide it through, and then they want to kick the soccer ball with their big toe. So that means you have to keep sliding, keep sliding, keep sliding, and just kick it. So when they kick it, it doesn't go in the air, it goes straight forward, and then they end up with their foot pointed. So that's the idea. With an ensemble, they need to start with a pointed toe. So feel the ball of the foot, slide through, and kick the ball. You got a pointed toe, straight leg. Then you tell them to jump in the air, pointing the bottom foot. You want to push up your heel. Feel the ball of the foot go in the air, and where you lift off, where your big toe is off the floor. Up, and then you take your right leg and you bring it back into parallel first with your left leg, right? So brush the ball of the foot through, kick the ball, jump, and land. Land parallel first. Brush, kick, jump, down. And you do that over and over again until you get comfortable. And then you make it a quick count. The idea is you want to teach it slow. But once they get to slow, you want to teach it to them up-tempo, because that's exactly how you do an ensemble. Brush up, down, right? So that's how I teach an ensemble jump.